What's up, everybody? It's the Ginger Yeti, and I'm checking in from home. Over the last week and last weekend, I went down to Dayton, Ohio, spent a couple days there hitting up some different breweries on my way to the 450 North Corn Maze Beer Festival that was out in Columbus, Indiana. Hit some breweries on the way down around the Columbus area, hit Dayton for a couple days, a couple breweries in Cincinnati on the way over there. One of the breweries I went to was Little Fish. Now, I'd been talking earlier that evening before I went to Little Fish that I was surprised that I've never seen a brewery do a beer with Pawpaw in it. And since then, I've now had, I think, 3 different beers with Pawpaw. And if you don't know what Pawpaw is, it is kind of, it's not a tropical fruit, but kind of almost. It's related to the custard apple and the soursop. I guess it's got I've never had one myself. I've never even seen one that I can think of. But supposedly it's got a custard-like texture. Its flavor is supposed to be somewhere kind of similar to banana or pineapple. And the pawpaw is the state fruit of the state of Ohio. And that's what I was talking about. I was surprised I've never seen any Ohio breweries brew with it. And now I've seen a few of them do it. So the beer I have here, like I said, is from Little Fish Brewing Company. I bought it at the brewery. It is the Pawpaw Weizen. It's a wheat beer, hefeweizen, and it's made with fresh local pawpaw fruit. They use locally grown pawpaw fruit or locally grown pawpaw puree from Integration Acres, and they add it directly to the beer during the manufacturing process. I'm not sure whether they add it during fermentation or afterwards or how they do it. But they use Pawpaw, which is really cool because it's neat to see a Ohio brewery drink beer made here, make a beer with the Ohio State, the official Ohio State fruit, or the state fruit of Ohio. And so, shockingly, again, I'm surprised I've never had a Pawpaw beer before now. I have had some soursop beers in the past. I don't remember them, but I know I've had some. I didn't realize the Pawpaw was related to this soursop. So, the only way I could get it was in this big crowler here. It's just got the brewery logo on the front, and on the side here it just says Pawpaw Weizen, hefeweizen with local pawpaw fruit, 5.5% ABV, and this was canned on October 2nd, 2025. Today is October 8th, 2025. It's only about 6 days old. It's been in a cooler and in the refrigerator the whole time, so hopefully it is still good and fresh. Hopefully I get a good pawpaw flavor out of it, although I'm not exactly sure what the pawpaw flavor will be, but I'm guessing from what I read, a creamy, pineapple-y, mango, banana-ish kind of flavor. On Untapped, this gets a 3.66 with 719 check-ins. Beer Advocate, it was not rated. I couldn't find it on Beer Advocate at all. One problem with crowlers, besides I'm spilling it everywhere already, you got to get to them fresh. And I normally wouldn't have bought a crowler knowing that it was going to be about a week before I got to it. But this is such a random and unique beer. I just had to do it. So get a nose on it here. Nice big fluffy head. Maybe it's still good. Right out the door, I dip my beak in it. Just picking up that banana clove. Kind of normal hefeweizen smell. Nice. God, I always say nice. I gotta remove nice from my vocabulary. It's a really good looking, kind of medium yellow, probably a 5 on my SRM chart. Little hazy, might be some chill haze on there, but it's a little hazy. And a couple fingers worth of tightly knit, bubbled, not quite off-white head. Let's get into it. I'm excited to try another Pawpaw Weizen. Cheers, everybody. So I just pulled this out of my fridge. My fridge is jam-packed with beer. Might be a little cold. $51, I guess that's not too bad. Just felt very cold on the tongue the first sip. So I pick up some of the traditional hefeweizen flavors, like clove, a little bit of almost wheatiness, tiny hint of bitterness. But then there's another flavor in there, and it's kind of banana, kind of almost not quite ripe, mango-y kind of flavor. I don't know if the banana is part of the hefeweizen or if it's coming from the pawpaw. And for a hefeweizen, this has a very creamy texture. There's like, especially on the finish, there's like a very custardy creaminess to it on the back end. But this is like if you took a hefeweizen and added creamy banana to it. I know it kind of sounds odd since hefeweizens can tend to have a banana flavor, a clove flavor. But if you somehow extracted like that creaminess from a banana, if you're eating a fresh banana, you kind of get something of that in there. Now again, I've never had a pawpaw. I need to go find one. I don't even know where you'd buy it, where they sell them. I would think it'd be pretty easy to find in Ohio since it is the state fruit of Ohio, and it grows all over Ohio and kind of south. I don't think it grows in Florida. It's kind of like the middle of the country, going north to south, but not on the coast or anything like that. But I need to find one and try it, just so I can know exactly what the flavors are. But this is a really good beer. It's different. It's interesting. I give it a big horns up. Even 5 days old in the crowler, or 6 days old in the crowler, it held up well. Really good beer. Again, as I said in the beginning, I've had a few beers with soursop in it before. Wasn't really sure what soursop is. Not really sure I still know what soursop is, or the custard apple. Not even 100% sure I know exactly what a pawpaw is. I've seen pictures of it, never tried the fruit. Again, I need to find it. But this is a very interesting beer. It's now my third or fourth pawpaw beer. And they've all been a little different. I mean, they've been different styles. They've all had some different flavors. But the one thing they've kind of had in common is they've all had this, like, creaminess to them. And it's not creamy like lactose creamy or creamy like some of the IPAs. Your big, bold IPAs can be creamy. It's a totally different creaminess, but it's really good. If you ever see a pawpaw beer, a beer made with pawpaw, I suggest you check it out. It's totally something different. It's pretty unique. And if you've had one before, let me know down below in the comments what you thought of it and where you got it, who made it. I'd be interested to know. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Go check out Little Fish Brewing Company. They're out of Athens, Ohio, but the location I went to was in the Dayton area. Really neat spot. I think I'm going to wrap it up right there because I've gone a little long. So as always, embrace the adventure.